Hello, welcome back to another episode of Bastions and Basilisks, Monster Edition. This time we're talking about the Mortic. Mortics are humanoids overwhelmed by negative energy who tenaciously cling to life, straddling the line between living and dead. Other Mortics can be found in Bestiary 3, pages 174 to 177. Sides, fun and games. Many Mortics favor games to pass the time. Jitterbones compete in community bone churns to see who can contort themselves into the most awkward shapes or fit through the smallest spaces. Shatterns enjoy Burn Scream, a deadly game pitting contenders against one another to see who makes the funniest sounds while being immolated. Relictners coax passerby into visiting their homes before they hunt their victims through a gauntlet of traps. I don't like that. Home Sweet Home. Shatterns are typically found in Belskin, Oprak, and Isger, living among goblin tribes. Jitterbones are common in the river kingdoms, and Ustalav, living in rural all-Jitterbone communities. Relictners are widely spread, for they live individually and build their lairs near trade routes, fabled ruins, and other storied locales. They avoid dwarves and refuse to enter the Five Kings Mountains. Most Mortics were created inadvertently by the rise of the Whispering Tyrant, either by radiant fire or through the corruption spreading from the Gravelands and Isle of Terror. There's a lot of places I need to learn about, apparently. Okay. Shatterns, goblin Mortics have blackened, charred flesh and smoldering burns all over their bodies, as if they'd been burned alive. They are highly flammable, but inured to the pain, and they enjoy lighting themselves and everything else on fire. Feeding into the goblin pyromaniac stereotype. Yep. Shattern Immolator, Creature 1, Rare, Chaotic Evil, Small, Fire, Goblin, Humanoid, Mortic. It's like an encyclopedia of definitions. Perception +5, Dark Vision, Smoke Vision. I guess they can see in smoke. Languages, Common, Goblin, Necro. Skills, Acrobatics +7, Athletics +5, Stealth +7, Survival +3. Strength +2, Dexterity +4, Constitution +3, Intelligence -1, Wisdom +0, Charisma +1. Smoke Vision. The Shattern ignores the concealed condition from smoke. It always generally explains it. I don't know why. I didn't just wait. AC 15. That's not that high. Dexterity +4, Constitution +3, Intelligence -1, Wisdom +0, Charisma +1. Already did that. Sorry, AC 15 for. Sorry, my eyes drifted. AC 15, Fortitude +6, Reflex +9, Willpower +3. Sorry, I did. Hit points 21, negative healing. Immunities fire, just straight immune to fire. Nice. Consecration vulnerability. A Shattern in a place of worship dedicated to a non-evil deity or on sacred ground, such as area blessed by sanctified ground, is slowed 1. Speed 25 feet, melee 1 action, fist +9, agile, finesse, unarmed. Damage 1d4 +2 bludgeoning, +1 fire, and smoldering fist. We'll get to that. Death Gasp. 1 action, divine necromancy. The Shattern draws in a deep breath and holds it, temporarily suspending their biological process and becoming undead. The Shattern gains the undead trait and becomes immune to bleed, death effects, disease, paralyze, poison, and sleep. Any such effects the Shattern is currently inflicted with are suspended but take effect again once they take a breath. Death Gasp lasts as long as the Shattern holds their breath, up to 8 rounds. That is bizarre. I like that, though. Exhale. 2 actions, divine, evocation, fire. The Shattern exhales a cloud of thick smoke in a 10-foot burst centered on them. The cloud remains in place for 1d4 rounds. All creatures within the smoke become concealed, and all creatures outside the smoke become concealed to creatures within it. Exhaling ends Death Gasp as the Shattern ceases holding their breath. Glad they specified. Kind of like a duh, but glad they specified. Smoldering Fist. On a critical hit, the Shattern Immolator's Fist Strike also deals 1d4 persistent fire damage. Okay. Interesting. A Jitterbone. Aptly named Jitterbones, halfling Mortics are capable of controlling the density and rigidity of their skeletal structure. When relaxed, they have elongated, rubbery limbs. When they harden their bones, they become difficult to harm and bone spikes jut from their flesh. Jitterbone Contortionist, Creature 4. Rare, chaotic neutral, small, halfling humanoid Mortic. Perception plus 10, Dark Vision. Languages, Common, Halfling, Necro. Skills, Acrobatics plus 12, Athletics plus 10, Deception plus 9, Stealth plus 12. Strength plus 2, Dex plus 4, Constitution plus 3, Intelligence plus 0, Wisdom plus 1, Charisma plus 1. AC 20, Fortitude plus 10, Reflexes plus 14, Willpower plus 10. 56 hit points, negative healing. Resistances, see Osseous Defense. Consecration Vulnerability as Shatter and Immolator. Speed 25 feet, Compression. Melee, 1 action, Fist, plus 14. Agile, Finesse, Non-lethal, Unarmed. Damage, 2d6 plus 2 bludgeoning. Compression, the Jitterbone can move through a gap at least 6 inches wide without squeezing and can squeeze through a gap at least 2 inches wide. When the Jitterbone successfully squeezes, they move through the tight space at full speed. Narrow confines aren't difficult terrain for a Jitterbone. That's going to be terrifying, and I'm going to 100% use that against my party at some point. Death Gasp, 1 action, Divine Necromancy as Sharon Immolator, except for up to 8 rounds. That's what Sharon Immolator is, up to 8 rounds. Osseous Defense, or Osseous Defense, 1 action, Divine Transmutation. The Jitterbone elongates their bones, causing jagged bone spikes to protrude from their skin. While Osseous Defense is active, the Jitterbone can make bone spike and bone dart strikes, see below, and gains resistance to 5 to piercing damage and slashing damage. The Jitterbone loses compression while their Osseous Defense is active. The Jitterbone can end Osseous Defense as a single action, retracting their bones back into their body. Melee 1 action, Bone Spike plus 14, Finesse. Damage 2d8 plus 2 piercing, plus 1d6 persistent bleed. Ranged 1 action, Bone Dart plus 14. Agile, thrown 20 feet. Damage 2d6 plus 2. That's terrifying. Oh, man, some of these undead are terrifying. Okay, Relicner. Regardless of age, Relicners look like ancient dwarves with deep wrinkles, sparse white hair, and decrepit forms. As their bodies degrade, so do their surroundings, with even the finest architecture crumbling to ruins. Relicner Eroder. Creature 12. Rare, lawful evil, medium dwarf humanoid Mortic. Perception plus 23, Dark Vision, Lair Sense. Languages, Common, Dwarven, Necro. Skills, Athletics plus 25, Crafting plus 22, Intimidation plus 19, Survival plus 23, Thievery plus 20. Strength plus 7, Dexterity plus 2, Constitution plus 7, Intelligence plus 4, Wisdom plus 5, Charisma plus 1. Items, Broken Chainmail, Broken Dwarven War Axe. Lair Sense, Detection, Divination, Divine. The Relicner bonds with a single structure they consider their lair, such as a house, temple, or ruin. A Relicner is aware of any creature that enters the lair and the direction and approximate distance to the creature. If the lair is destroyed, the Relicner can bond with a new lair by residing within a structure they own or claim for 1 week. AC 32, Fortitude plus 25, Reflexes plus 18, Willpower plus 21. Hit points 265, negative healing, Consecration Vulnerability as Shatter and Immolator, Weathering Aura, Aura Divine Transmutation, 60 feet. The Relicner radiates an aura of degradation. All objects in the area have their hardness reduced by 10 to a minimum of 1 for as long as they remain in the aura and for 1 round after leaving it. The Relicner can't deactivate this aura. Damn. No shield blocks. Noted. Speed 20 feet. Melee 1 action, Eroding Touch. Plus 26, unarmed, damage 3d12 plus 10 acid. Ranged, targeted, collapse, plus 21, trip, versatile, piercing, Damage 3d10 plus 3 bludgeoning. Crumble, 2 actions. Divine, transmutation. The Relicner erodes an object within 30 feet, dealing 3d10 bludgeoning damage to it with a DC 31 basic reflex save if the object is attended. Death Gasp, Divine, 1 action, Divine Necromancy, as Shatter and Immolator, except up to 12 rounds. See, that makes sense. It's better. Demolition, 3 actions, Divine Evocation. The Relicner bellows in fury, causing the surrounding structure to collapse. All creatures in a 30-foot emanation take 8d10 bludgeoning damage from falling debris. DC 31 basic reflex save. A creature that fails its save is knocked prone. The area becomes difficult terrain. The Relicner can't use Demolition again for 1d4 rounds. That is terrifying. Like, cool. Blam! You don't got no gear no more. Yeah, so that's the Mortic. They're really interesting. I really liked them. I really liked them. They were terrifying. All of them. In their own special way. But thanks for watching. Bye.